Good afternoon, madam. Good
Good
afternoon,
afternoon,
everyone.
sir. Yes.
Yes, I'm Chetan Mahajan, and I welcome you to and our speaker and all the participants to the second session of sixth day of AICTE-ISTE sponsored 1 week online refresher program on developing secure IoT applications. Today we have with us our guest, Mrs. Anita Chaudhari, madam. She is assistant professor in information technology department at St. John College of Engineering and Management. She has completed her ME in 2013 from University of Mumbai, and she is a researcher in this IoT field. She has published several research papers in international journals and conferences and proceedings. Overall, she has 10 years of experience in the field of teaching. Uh, Her area of interests are data mining, networks, and security and algorithms. I request Anita, madam, to please take over the session. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Sure. My screen is visible to everyone. Hello.
Yes, madam, it's visible.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Chetan, sir. Now, I think the most of the members are the faculty members has participated into this STTP, sir. Yes.
Yes, madam.
Hello.
Most of the participants are present, and this is a
Yeah.
live event, so participants will not be able to attend this meeting as we are
Okay.
attending it. So it is live
Okay.
for them, and they are watching from their own platforms.
Yeah, sure, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Okay, all of you. Good afternoon to one and all present for the sessions. So basically, this is the last session of the STTP, that is the research, and the basically your this STTP is totally focusing on to the secure IoT application. So security is the main focus of the this STTP. So before going directly into the security, we just see few basic terms that is related to the IoT. So if you say that the IoT, now everyone one knows that what is meant by IoT. So Internet of Things, that is enough that everything is connected to the internet. Okay. So that is the terminology that the IoT is mostly the all the things that are in the you are using into the current life, that is the connected to the internet and you can control from anywhere. Okay. So this can be in the consumer usage also. Okay, most of the IoT applications are deployed into the consumer sites. So then the terminology comes into the market about the IIoT. Okay, so industrial IoT. So why this terminology has changed the name? Because you are saying that the instead of all the things you are connecting to the internet. Okay, so all the things in the industry things also should be connected to internet. So is the IoT name was not sufficient to connect to the connect to the things into the industry? So IoT comes into the pictures. Okay, so basically as in the syllabus also, or in the according to Mumbai syllabus or the any other university syllabus, we are focusing on to the IoT terminology. So the most of the things are connected into the internet. Okay, things is that the living things and non-living things can be connected. Yes, definitely the living things and non-living things is also connected into the IoT. Okay, the movable and unmovable objects, that is your tree, can be tracked. Tree ka status can be tracked also using the IoT things. Even though the cars, the transportations, those are the movable things that is also tracked by using the IoT. Okay, so most of the applications in the IoT that is proposing the application to the consumers, you can say the customers. Then why the IoT comes into the pictures? Okay, the industry, the just be I first I is denoting the industry, industrial internet of things. Okay, in the industrial internet of things, if you see the most of the products, the manufacturing companies, the mechanical based companies, those are manufacturing products. The pharmaceutical companies, those are producing the drugs and tablets. So these all the schemes the earlier in the terms of the mechanizations. Okay, so that mechanical components has brought some intelligence, and based on the scenario, the industrial means the teams has given the name that is the industrial IoT. So the manufacturing, supply chain monitoring, management system, all these things that is currently using by the industries has given the name as a IIoT, and this concept is considered into the industry 4.0. Okay. So we'll see in the industry 4.0 how this terminology is related to the industry 4.0. Okay, so then what is meant by IoE? Okay, Internet of Everything. Was the IoT and IIoT was not enough. Basically, whatever the perceptions when you design the IoT things, you can change the architectures also, you can change the protocols also, and you can design the solution based on your own thinking. So there is a no specific thing that in the IoT key, okay, this is the valid architectures or this is the invalid architectures. Okay, if your thinking, if your things are operated remotely perfectly, it is connected to the internet. So IoT is Internet of Everything, where people in the IoT only things are connected. In the IIoT, the industry manufacturing plants are connected. Supply chains were designed based on the IoT scenario into the industrial environment. Then IoE, the intelligent connection among people, processes, data, and things that is connected to the internet. It is called as IoE. So I hope the terminology is very clear to all these. These are the most of the terminology you are using when you are teaching the IoT, or when you are listening the IoT things on the on internet, on YouTube, you are searching. So just the first terminology is coined into the somewhere around the 1990, that you are connecting the things through the internet. Then in the manufacturing plants, into the pharmaceutical plants, they are using the IoT things into the industry. So the name is given as an industrial Internet of Thing. Then IoE is that everything you are connecting to the IoT. For example, peoples, you are using smart mobile phones. That is also the example of IoT. The processes, then the data and things. Okay. So I hope you are clear with this terminology. Then what is meant by industry 4.0? So industry 4.0 basically contains all the things that you're currently learning into the related to the IoT. So the first thing is that you know that the sensor is developed into the IoT, the intelligent sensors are developed into the IoT. Then the next thing is the communication patterns into the IoT. Then the gateways are developed, edge computing is come into the market, fog computing is come into the technology, into the technical world. Then even though data processing like your artificial intelligence, machine learning and machine learning algorithms comes into the picture. So all this, even though to secure these cyber physical systems comes into the picture. So including all this technology, if you consider even cloud computer for the storage, that is also the parts of the IoT. Maybe in the previous sessions you have gone through all these terms, protocols, then which are the different types of sensors, how you are protecting cloud, what is cloud. So all this terminology we are already learned into the previous session, and these all technologies forming the industry 4.0 concept. So if you see, this is the just the evaluations of the industry 4.0. So in 1784, most of the peoples are involved into the manufacturing process. Manpower is required. Then 1870, the industry 2.0 evaluation started, where the electrical energy based productions are started, assembly lines for monitoring the stocks and all this. They are maintained in the industries. And in 1969, the industry 3.0, where the automation is the important term and the computer use of the computer is started. Okay, so from here in 1969, that is from the industry 3.0, computerization and automations comes into the industry. And nowadays if you see the banking and all these manufacturing companies, all are used to are very adaptable to use the computers. Okay, so in industry 4.0 now, if you see the current trends in industry 4.0, cyber physical system and IoT comes into the market. But it is not now. The industry 5.0 is also in upcoming mode, where the most of the work is done by the robots. Okay, and the still its guidelines and all this documentation is preparation in the preparation phase. So the industry 4.0 will come into the market now. It just started, but to grow it in terms of the industry, it takes some days. Okay. So what is meant by Internet of Things? First of all, these are the components you have studied. So basically here it is just a sensors. I can see, you can see this is sensors that just sense. Now what is the sensors work? Now sensors, there are the many types of sensor you have seen. You're guiding the students for the project. That time you have seen the different types of sensor. Nowadays most of the students are doing the project based on the Arduino, based on Raspberry Pi, based on the Node MCU. So the students are purchasing the sensors, and these sensors are hardly 50 rupees, 100 rupees of this. Then what is the use of this sensor? Is this sensor is actually used into the industry? We will see in the next slides. Okay. So these are the sensors that senses the environmental parameters, whether the temperature sensor, there is a rise in temperatures or low temperatures low ho gaya, or if some movement is detected. So this type of things is sensed by the sensor. And what happens once it sends the data? It will not store the data, but sensors don't have the memory to store the data. So sensors should forward. This is the drawbacks of the IoT systems where the sensors cannot store the data. So once the sensor senses the data, once the sensor senses the data, it should be process that data, and where that data will go, that data will go to the gateways. Okay, so what is the work of gateway? Now here I shown only the one sensor. There are the multiple sensors installed in my home. There can be temperature sensor, there can be a the camera, or there can be a motion sensor. So there are the multiple sensor will be installed into the home automation scenario. Okay, so this gateway will connect all the devices, combine and checks its data and forward its data to the through the network to the cloud. Now why the cloud comes into the pictures? Okay, because cloud, you know that everyone has learning now the cloud and study the cloud infrastructures. The cloud is basically used to provide the applications, provide to web hosting services. It also used to provide the storage compatibility. It also used to provide the analysis purpose also by using the different machine learning algorithms. Okay, so this work is done by the cloud. Then why not you are storing onto the local platform? Because the local platform you are using into the IoT, there has the memory, very less memory. Okay, and that's why you have to deploy it into the cloud. Okay, abhi cloud jo hai, that is the research going on, but still to avoid the cloud drawbacks also there are the different things on which still the researchers, the PhD students are doing the research onto the different topics to avoid the cloud infrastructures into the IoT. We'll see in the next slides all this. Okay, so basically first understand that the why cloud is incorporated into the IoT. Then the next thing is that the analysis. So but obviously these are the machine learning based algorithm, artificial based algorithm, data analytics, that is using the R programming, or okay, or you can do the data analytics using the different tools also, Vec and all this. Okay, so once the data will be generated, large amount of data will be generated, that should be analyzed. So this is basically the life cycle, or in the sense that designing things for the Internet of Things. Okay, so if you see here, the first below 3 parameters, it mostly focuses onto the embedded devices, because the sensors, the electronics based manufacturing companies are producing the sensors, the routers, gateways, that also the embedded device, the hardware devices. Through that you are connecting your sensors to the networks. Now network, you can use any technology for the networking. You use the LoRaWAN, you can use, or you can use 3G, or you can use LTE Max. So all these are the different communications models that are used into the networking. Okay, so network can be designed by using any technologies that is supporting to the wireless systems. Okay, So these are the just the basic flow. So when if anyone wants to find out their research topics, so security in this part is the important, whereas the cloud security is going to the another trend, whereas the analytics the machine learning algorithm, predictions algorithms, this is going to lead to the different research direction. So if you observe just a diagram for the research, the authentic this the related to security, then you can secure the sensor, you can secure the gateway, okay, you can secure the cloud, this type of things you can perform security, or you can propose the solutions in that the data will be forwarded from sensor to the applications. Till that time your data should be secure, and it is called as end-to-end security. Okay, so I hope you're clear with the architectures. And now what is meant by IoT? So most of the times if you are seen in your college also, or you are teaching the IoT subjects, or you are guiding the projects to the students, that time you are seeing the scenario, okay, students is coming, student is using the Arduino, where time sometimes students is using the Arduino with the sensors, but data is not going to the cloud. Just through the IDE environment of the Arduino, they are controlling the devices. It is IoT, no. But they are designed by thinking this, okay, sensor is connected to the IoT device, that is the Arduino, and Arduino is connected to the Arduino IDE. It is local processing based on the LAN. Okay, or maybe you are seeing students are coming to the Raspberry Pi, students are connecting to the what you say, the webcam, Raspberry Pi cam to the Raspberry device, or you can say the motion sensor, it is connected. So they are using the different techniques for designing. Okay, somewhere some people uses a Bluetooth app, somewhere some people uses the students uses the wireless LAN. Okay, somewhere some students uses the GSM technology. Okay, so this is the architecture that students has designed for their project, and that's why if you see this diagram, the it is sphere, someone is saying that is sphere, it is a snake, it is a tree, it is a wall, or it is a rope, or it is a fan. So everyone, it is an elephant. We know that it is an elephant, but everyone is thinking that it is a different thing for them. For them it is a different, but for me it is an elephant. Okay, so depends on each and every one perspective. The people can design the IoT architectures based on their application. So if I am using the smart metering configurations, my security parameters, my designing parameters will be different. If I am designing the applications for the healthcare, my parameters will be different, and that time I have to see the security of the patients, security of the doctors, the communication, the data privacy of the patients, as well as I have to follow the standards proposed by the HIPAA, because HIPAA is the standards that is protecting the integrity, security of the healthcare organizations. Okay, so to fulfill the compliance, any organizations has to follow that standard. So just motto behind here is that everyone can prepare the diagram, prepare the architectures of the IoT based on their own imaginations and based on their applications development. It's not like the healthcare application is same for the other for the home automation also it will be the same. No, it can be a different, it can be different components, but obviously आप तो बोलेंगे sensor तो different ही होगा. Yes, sensor can be different, but even though components also can be different, standards can also be a difference. Okay, for each organization, those are designing the applications. So that's why if you see here, the trying to review the IoT in your own ways. It has everything: sensing, storage, computation, analysis. So which type of sensors students can use, faculty can use, or industry can use, we cannot predict. For the motion sensor, for the temperature sensor, a lot of sensors are available into the market. For the storage communication, whether I use my own server, whether I use the private cloud, public cloud, or hybrid cloud, that is up to me. I can decide what is important by my application based on my application's parameters. Okay, computation service, whether I can deploy the computations onto the cloud side, or whether I can give the computations on the third-party server providers. Okay, so all these things can be decided based on the application analysis also. So there are the different machine learning algorithms, there are the R also, there is a data science also, Python is also used for the data analysis. So which is the best algorithm that supports my applications, that will be decided by me. Which is the best security compliance for my algorithms or for my application, that is also decided by me. Okay, so we will see which are the different techniques for securing these things. Okay, so it is a post lunch session, so just I don't want to give the theoretical overview, as the most of the means you are seeing some type of implementation also future simulators, whereas the hands-on also maybe you are seeing. I have gone through the schedule, so just I am showing that maybe you are seeing this in Pingdesar sessions ki how you can deploy using the Raspberry Pi and the sensors. Okay, so my first diagram is here. Just this way, maybe definitely everyone has seen, because already 2-3 years the IoT syllabus is there into the Mumbai University. Okay, so Raspberry, this is your Raspberry Pi, and you are connecting the Raspberry Pi ka pins with the sensor. This is my motion sensor. So if motion is detected, I just put the hand on it, or just give some motion to that sensors, then the alarms buzz. Okay, so this is the simple applications where the students are doing onto the Raspberry Pi. Is this applications will be actually developed into the industry? The similar is this type of sensors are using by the industry? No, not at all. This type of sensors industry, just this is only for the learning purpose of the students. The students are preparing the project based on this. Okay, and it is done with the IoT. You can install the Raspberry Pi, you can use the ThingSpeak cloud and the data you're monitoring, or you can put the data onto the Azure cloud, and then you are just performing the computations and sending and receiving and controlling the devices. Is somewhat the IoT. Okay, but this is for the learning purpose. We are okay as a faculty, as a student. So maybe this type of projects you already had seen Raspberry Pi with the motion sensor. This Arduino, you know, Arduino IDE. Now Raspberry, to use the Raspberry Pi, you have seen that now you require the Raspbian OS, and now Raspberry Pi version 2, version 3, version 5, 4 is 5 is also there. Okay, so there are the different version, and each and every version has a different capability. Some version is providing the wireless services or the Wi-Fi services. Some version will not provide the Wi-Fi services, like the Raspberry Pi 2 provides the Wi-Fi. So no, Raspberry Pi 2 not providing the Wi-Fi services, sorry, and Raspberry Pi 3 is providing the Wi-Fi services. So you can connect your Raspberry Pi with any Wi-Fi routers or any hotspot present hotspot that you have given into the network. Okay, now Arduino Uno. Arduino Uno is the another also component that is also used to control the sensors. Okay, so if you see here, these are the wires that the limited pins are available into the Arduino, and the most of the means than Arduino the pin structures is good into the Raspberry Pi. Okay, in Arduino you can see the less compatibility of the pins, so hardly few devices you can connect into the Arduino. Okay, so here you can see that the these connections, because the any sensor you are using into the market, it has only 3 pins: positive, negative. Okay, positive, negative, positive, ground, and data signal. Data signal is used for sensing the data and sending the data onto the specific pin. Okay, whereas the positive for the power supply and negative are using for the ground purposes. Okay, so if you see in the market, any sensor having the 3 pin, whereas the few sensor having the 4 pins. Whereas 4 pins, one is for the analog and the second is for the digitals. Whereas that okay, so these are the sensor specifications coming into the market, and you're using for the educational purposes, that sensor can be either 2 or 3 pins or the 4 pins, and that will connect it to the different boards that can process the data. So Arduino is one of them. So Arduino, for connecting the Arduino with the computers, you require the Arduino IDE. Okay, then the Arduino IDE you can control your sensors. Okay, so after that, but Arduino IDE cannot control from the remote location. Definitely you can control if you put the wireless device on that. If you attach the wireless device, Wi-Fi module into the Arduino, then it is possible. Otherwise, it is not possible. This possibility is not provided into the Arduino. So based on that, you decide for your application. You can use the Arduino or you can use the Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi is costly and Arduino is little around 400, or Arduino Pi, this Raspberry Pi you will get the 3500 something. Okay, so based on your costing and budget, decide which components are better for you. Okay, but here whenever you are using the any component, one of the most serious drawback is If you give the large power supply, the Raspberry Pi fail. Even the Arduino board is also not working. Okay, so 5 times you purchase, 5 times is burn. So 5 times you purchase the hardware, yes, no. And that's why in the PhD or in the research work, you cannot predict about the hardware devices. Okay, and the next device is the Node MCU, and it is a very compact device and easily available into the market with minimum pins and compact size. Okay, it is also the same way like the Arduino. In Arduino IDE only the GUI is there where you can add the library of the Node MCU and control the devices. Okay, so these are all about why I have shown this to you, because now if you see the everyone is talking about the IoT, just connecting the sensors with the any of your device, sending the data to the cloud and processing by using the machine learning, where the innovation is there then. Okay, innovation should be there. This is okay for the B level and all these projects, okay, or the IoT level project, IoE level, wireless sensor level projects, okay. So now, if it's in such a type of scenario also developed by using the IO or using the Arduino, okay, using the Raspberry Pi. So more, this is the to control this type of devices you require the uh, relays, because the power supply, this is also the relay board, this the Raspberry Pi you're connected and you're monitoring here from here. Oh sorry, Arduino you're connected, and this is the Arduino IDE from where you are controlling these things. So you are seen, maybe you are seen in the your college also, your students is doing all this type of project. And if frankly speaking, to prepare these projects hardly require the 2 days, not more than that. Okay, it is very easy once you do the connections with the Raspberry Pi and controls. It can be developed into the 2 days, the connections, learning and anything. Okay, but to learn, if you want to develop your algorithm and you want to put that algorithm into the Azure or Microsoft Azure, then it can be something you are incorporate means building something new things into the existing one. Okay, so just okay, this all about we are study into the this our education systems, or as a faculty we are teaching to the students, or the students are doing the projects. Now what is the current market, what is the in industry scenario, what happens?
Good job.
Okay, so I hope the audience has seen the video where this type of devices is available into the market. So in the previous, am I audible, sir?
Yes, madam.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
thank
You're
you.
audible.
Thank you, sir. So in the video, you have seen that this type of devices are currently available into the market. And if you want to study which are the devices that is available into the market based on the IoT. This is the best website, that is the iotlineup.com, where you can find out the water sprinkler in your garden that you can control from anywhere. You can like the thermostat you can find out, then the home automation setup you can find out. So these are the all the IoT devices are available onto this website. And if you observe this here, not a single sensor they are using, motion detector sensor they are not using. They are not using the camera as a standalone. Okay, they are integrated everything in these devices. They are integrated the camera, they are integrated the motion, they are integrated the sound sensors, as well as they are integrated the communications models that are communicating with the Wi-Fi services also, as well as LTE or any 4G, 3G or any communications technology, networking technology. Okay, so whenever this type of innovations comes that you are manufacturing any this type of products, then this is a very good initiative as a research. But just connecting the sensor to the Raspberry Pi and giving data and just producing that data, no, this is not at the BE level. It is okay, but when you consider as a research, please think in which part you want to go. Whether you want to go to the embedded devices or whether you want to go to the machine learning and security services. Okay, so that is more important. I just want to give this view to you because these are the current trends into the companies. Okay, so just connecting the sensor to the any board, that is not the means required into the industry. These are basic things of knowledge. Okay, so now the Cisco packet tracers, we will see the three scenario into the Cisco packets tracer. I had shown you the home automation scenario. There are the multiple scenario possible into the this Cisco packet tracers, but we will see the home automation because the now we have started from the first slide focusing on to the home scenario, home automation. So we'll build up that. Hello.
Yes, madam. Now it's visible.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. So this is the one of the type of the simulations tool. In the morning only I have seen that you are seeing the Puja simulator. This is also very good simulator for the simulating. So if you want to simulate the IoT, because see, whenever you are doing any research or any application building, every time it is not possible for you to purchase the hardware, or you can purchase the sensors, depends on your needs. So if I want to do the gardening level work, gardening level things, design the applications in the for the garden, you require the moisture sensors. Okay, and moisture sensor you have to purchase. If you want to do the home automation, you require the different sensor. So every time based on your application, your sensing parameters will change. And instead of that, the most of the platform is available for the simulations, like the Cisco packet tracer is the one of the platform, network simulator 2, network simulator 3 with the extended version is very good now into the NetAnim, all this you can use into the NS3, NS2. Okay, then even the Puja simulator is also very good and easy to learn. It is means you can change your parameters, you can change the routing mechanisms, you can study the different routing algorithms in this. Okay, here also the few things is designed, but here are the limitation is the only few simulators are only work for the few types of application. Okay, for example, now if we see, I click onto the network devices. Here are the network devices, routers, switches. Then you can see here the hubs. You can see here the wireless devices. Then you can see the security devices and WAN emulations. Okay, if you click on this arrow, that is end devices. So here the PC, laptop, server, IP phone, VoIP, TV, wireless tablets. Okay, smart mobile phones you can connect. If you want to do the home automation, these are the appliances available for the simulations. If you want to do the industrial IoT, these are the if you want to do the smart city, then these are the appliances available for the smart city. Like this is your solar pan, this is your street wind detector, this is your cars to change the car movement detections. Okay, and you can see this arrow for selecting. You can check this arrow for the deleting purpose. Okay, so battery also you can select what is the battery of that sensor, what is the battery of that devices, how much battery is spending. Like your mobile phone has a battery. If battery discharge, you are not able to work, means your mobile will not able to work and send or receive the messages. Okay, same way you can monitor any devices battery also. Then you can see here the industrial IoT. If you want to go for the industrial IoT, then you can see these are the appliances available into the industrial IoT. Here the Cisco has given the one advantage is that you can add any diagrams into the these sections. Okay, new diagram. Then the power grid, if you want to work on smart grid, then power grid option is also available in this. So till now these are only the simulating parameters considered into the this Cisco packet tracer. So you will see the simple things, a simple network design using the wired. Okay, first we'll see wired, then we will see wireless, and if the time will be there, then I will see the from the remote locations how you can operate. Okay, so first we'll see the scenario that the home automation using the wired technology. So I can just take the switch. So I can select one switch. Okay, this is my switch, and then I can select the server. So okay, this is my server. You will find out it into the end devices tab. Okay, then I selected the server. Okay, then I want to do the home automation. So I will select the some sensors that is available or devices that is IoT devices that can has the ability to connect with the IoT server. Okay, so this is the light. Then I can select the motion sensor. So this is the motion sensors I have selected. Okay, so now today we will just do the simulations on these two devices. If you want to take fan, you can take fan. This is the door symbol. This is the humidifier. Then you can take the solar panels. That can you can use the webcam also. We'll see in the next example webcam also. Okay, so these are the devices I took. I will just provide the links. I will connect here. So I will provide the link here. So this is the link that I will connect here. Okay, so these are the devices I can connect through the switches. Okay, so this motion detectors I can connect with this. Okay, so these are the devices. Okay, that you can connect. Okay, so now just wait. Okay, these all are the devices, they are connected. Now we will give the IP address to them. Okay, so how we will give the IP address to them? See, this is the tab. You can just give the IP address to the server like 1.1.1 as we are using the IPv4. So I am giving the IP address that is the IPv4. Okay, switches don't have the IP address, so sorry. We'll give the IP address to the LAN because everything available onto the internet, the identity will be created by using the IP address. Okay, so we'll give here the IP address to the LAN that is the 1.2. The next IP address will give here to the motion sensor that is 1.1.1.3. Okay, so we are assigned the IP addresses. We are took the devices that we want to connect to the IoT, and we are join it with the switches, and then we are joined with the servers. Okay, so how you can configure? Okay, then on the server you just put the IP addresses. Okay, and just wait. Then go right click on server, then go on configurations tab and give here configurations tab. Then P. Okay, this is your IP address configurations. IP address is a 1.1. Uh, 1.1.1. Okay, so you are set up the configuration IP address of the server is 1.1.1. Now same way you have to configure the IP address for the light. So you go on that, you click on advanced tab, and then you can click on configure, and in that in fast ethernet you can set the IP address. What is the IP address of this lamp is the 1.1.2. okay, so 1.1.1.2 is the IP address. Okay, so just save, it will be saved automatically. Okay, then same for the motion sensor, go on advanced tab, go on configure, and go on fast ethernet and give the IP address. What is the IP address of this is 1.1.3. okay, so we'll give the 1.1.13. okay, so it will be a IP address of this. Okay, so in the server also we are set up in configure fast ethernet, sorry, gateway, did we mistake, final ethernet IP address 1.1.1.1. okay, okay, so we are set up the IP addresses into the different devices like server, light, and motion detector. So after that we'll go on to the server, we'll go into the services, and we will start the we will start the IoT services on. Okay, with once IoT service, because we are making this server as a IoT server, through that your devices should be controlled. Okay, then we can connect, we can take a computer, the computer PC. Okay, then we can take one PC and we'll connect this PC with the switch. Okay, so this PC will through this PC you can monitor the devices, and that for these devices this server, IoT server, is this one. Okay, so once it is connecting to the PC, give the IP address to this PC. 1.1.1.4 is the IP address of this PC. Okay, then we are given this IP address to PC, then click on desktop. Then go into the configures file, then on this you install, give the IP address, that is your IP address for this is 1.1.1.4. okay, so you have set up the IP address for the desktop. Okay, now click on desktop and click on PC and go into the desktop, go into the web browser, sorry, okay, web browser, and then just put the server IP address, that is your server IP address is the 1.1.1.1. okay, so it will ask you to sign up, so I am just giving the sign up option, that is the admin I am setting the password. Okay, then you are creating this. So if you see now no devices is connected to this. Okay, so we'll set some parameters into that. So we'll go into the lamp, and in the lamp we'll go into the configure tab. In the configure tab, name the lamp. Suppose we are here the IoT file, so I will give the lamp name. Okay, then we'll set the lamp name, and then give the remote server, and the remote server you have to write the server IP address, where this, what is the server that we are controlling, 1.1.1. because through these servers you are controlling the IoT devices. You give that, and what username and password you are giving? Admin. Okay, so that username and password. So this is not a right way to set the password, but now we are just showing the demonstration. So we are just giving the simple username and password. Okay, so through that, this is the devices that can be connected to the your monitoring. And if you see here, just go in this PC. If you see lamp is configured, okay, lamp is configured. Now what devices we are not configured? Now the motion sensors. Okay, so we'll see, see the motion sensor configure. We'll go into the remote server, and what is our remote server password? This IP address 1.1.1.1. Okay, and username is sir, is this screen is visible that I am typing? Chetan sir?
Yes, madam, the screen is visible. Your
Okay.
Cisco packet tracer screen is visible.
That admin and password, typing password is not visible.
No, it's not visible, ma'am. Ma'am, you please share your desktop, entire desktop, so that whatever you will
Yes,
switch,
yes.
no, that will
Yeah,
be
yeah,
shown.
sure. Okay, so this screen here, I type the server IP address and this one. So you can just connect this, refresh, okay, and connecting. Okay, so it is connecting, and if you see here, this is my server, and you can. This is all about your setup, the configuration, and after that we are just set up this, and then we are connected to this desktop. So if you see here, the motion sensors is came, and you can monitor from this server. This is my PC ka things. Again, I will tell you these things as it was not. Okay, so this is my light and motion sensor. I taken one server. That servers I connected to the light lamp, and a motion detector is connected to this server. So whatever the server the services that is offered by the smart devices can be controlled through this server. Okay, so if I am at home, my home, and I am controlling through this my laptop, then it should be connected. So now here I am connecting to the wire. Okay, so if you go on to this and desktop, you just put the browser. Is it PC0 screen is visible now? Web browser?
Yes, madam, it's visible.
Yeah.
You are
Now,
typing a
so
URL.
yes, thank you, sir. So the server IP address, if you see, this is your server IP address. So if you give 1.1.1.1 and go that, so you will get the sign up options. Okay, so sign up for this. So I am just giving the admin password here, username and password. So if you want, you can change also your choice. This already installed. Okay, so I just because I already did this as it was not visible to you. So I will just log in by using that things. Okay, so under this web browser from these computers, you are connected to this server by using the IP address. And if you see here, these are the lamps ka services you can observe here. And this is only students are doing the push button, pop button, and starting the light. So from your desktop, if you see, this is PC, and PC is nothing but my this PC that is connected to the server. Okay, so if you see here from this PC, you can just dim the light. If you see the lights, light ka things states get changed. If you off, you have off the light, or if you want to on, you have started the light. So there are the three options provided for controlling the smart lamp into the Cisco packet. That is the off, dim, and on. Then if you see the motion sensor, You can see the on and off things. If you press Alt, it will be on. Sorry. Okay, so just Alt and press mouse, it will be on, and if you go out, then it is off. The mouse go be about the not in the range, then it will be on. So this we are just control through the server. So here the scenario was the server you took. Okay, server is connected to these two. You are set up the parameters and you're controlling these two things using the computers. And there are the different things. If you see here the desktop, now I just shown you a simple things on to the here on in this HTTP. If you want to do the programming is also the option. If you see here the JavaScript, Pythons, you can do the programming to the JavaScript. You can use the socket. You can use the TCP client and socket, UDP client and sockets. So even visual things also available. So if you want to create the visual, these things you have seen maybe most of the times on the YouTube. So you can just keep on pin mode 0 in the output mode. It start blinking. Then put the do while loop here. You can see the pin access. Then programs to methodology, logic, if else, loops. So based on your conditions, IoE clients, based on your applications, you can take these parameters and design the system. Okay, so this time the most of the faculties maybe because of the my screen sharing problems, you people have not seen, but we'll see the next scenario now in properly. So this is the wired scenario we are seeing for the deploying the home automations. Okay, now we'll see the wireless scenario. So I will just say the new, I don't want to store. So now if you see, we'll create the one home. Like we can take the one triangle. In that I just put here the triangle. I will create the two rooms here. This is my first room. This is my second room. Okay. Select. So you take this triangle, create the room. This is the wireless scenario we are configuring for the home automation. Okay, these are my two rooms I created. I am creating the home scenario. So I will take the home automation. I can take in one room fan. I can take in the one room. I can take the fan. And I will take the door also, smart door that can be controlled through the IoT. So I will put this door here. Okay, I will take from my second room the door. Okay, so this is my second room door, and I can put the smart AC that when I will enter at the home, the AC should start. So like that function, so we can do in the programming here, simulation. So this is my air conditioner, and I just put one lamp here in the room. Okay, so when the door opens, you can set any conditions. We'll see how to set this condition. Okay, so this is the one part. Okay, so AC I deleted the delete button. Okay, we'll take again the AC things. Okay, smart AC. Then I will put one motion sensor, that when this is my motion sensor, when I will come into the room, my motion sensor should be detected. Okay, so these all the devices I took into my room. I designed one home, the smart home in my system. I'm taking just basic things here. Okay, so basic things. After that we'll see the research areas where the research is going on after this scenario. Okay, now as the motion sensor is connected, motion sensor, air conditioner, lamp, door, fan, these all are the IoT devices. Okay, and they are connected, they are smart, intelligent, because they are the authentication services, security services already deployed onto these devices. But if you see in the real time scenario, you are purchasing the motion sensors and then doing the project on that. Okay, and if it is damaged, then you have to purchase again. So instead of that, we can simulate the scenario here. Okay, then I can say the wireless router, because what will say home gateway I will take. Okay, home gateway in the sense that I can control these devices from remotely. ओके इसको हम लोग बोलते हैं होम गेटवे से मैं ये डिवाइसेस सब कंट्रोल करूंगी. आई विल कंट्रोल ऑल दिस डिवाइसेस बाय यूजिंग द होम गेटवे. ओके सो वी आर टूक ऑल दिस डिवाइसेस होम गेटवे. देन दिस नाउ आई विल इंस्टॉल द होम गेटवे. तो अभी देखो यहाँ पे राइट क्लिक ऑन दिस होम गेटवे. तो होम गेटवे में इफ यू गो यू कैन फाइंड अ कॉन्फ़िगरेशन tab. In configuration we can see the wireless and just see here the default name SSID. Now why it is a SSID? As everyone using the hotspot now as in the mobile phone, and you are just when you're starting the hotspot, तो आपके जो दोनों मोबाइल में कम्युनिकेशंस होता है दैट कम्युनिकेशंस हैपेंस टू द हॉटस्पॉट ओनली एंड थ्रू द SSID. बिकॉज जो भी नेटवर्क में डिवाइसेस है वो डिवाइसेस कैसे आपको पता चलता है बाय यूजिंग द SSID और यू कैन से सिंपली द हॉटस्पॉट नेम इज आल्सो कॉल्ड एज अ SSID. ओके सो दिस इज द इफ यू सी दिस हाईलाइटेड वन दैट इज योर home gateway name. Okay now in the home devices okay just wait. Then you can select here the keys. Okay ki who can access my wireless devices. So I can set here the demo key, or you can set any keyword, any password, or you can say any key for sharing the informations. Okay so this is the authentications required for my home gateway. So I am giving the WPA or PSA pre-shared key as a demo. Okay then the advanced key. So in wireless you can set the pre-shared key, that is the demo. Okay so okay sorry from my side, the key should be a longer. Okay let's okay one. Okay so key is set up now. Okay so the key length should be more than 8 characters, more 8 or up to more than 8 or up to 8 characters. So I given the less value, so it was shown the error. Okay now we'll go into the home devices, that is the motion detector sensors. If you click on that, the advanced tab is there. If you go on advanced tab, you have to configure IO devices. Now you can connecting the IO devices with the wireless system, wireless routers. Okay so you have to give here the NM1W. W stands for wireless. Okay if you want to connect the devices with wired or wireless, this is a second adapter. Okay then just close this, then go into the configurations tab. In the configurations tab, go into the wireless. If you check here, this is the home gateway, SSID should be there. Okay now you have to connect this with the wireless server. So what is the key I have set up into this demo. Okay so that same key will be set up here. So do it for the all the devices. So go into the this also, then go into the advanced, then configure. Okay then go into the advanced, then go into the IO configuration, then go into the megawatt, then go into the configuration. After going configuration, go into the home gateway setup. Just set up here the pass demo, that is you're connecting to this server. Okay so from here we are did the, if you see here the motion detector is connected and air conditioner is connected. Again go for the these devices. Light, go into the advanced tab. When you go advanced tab, go into the input, select the wireless devices, advanced, connected, then go into the configurations, so go into the wireless server. Here if you see it is connected to the home gateway, as you have selected the wireless range and it was in the range, so it is done. Okay so connected directly. So demo is my password for this, so it will be also be connected if you see. Okay, it is connected. Now I want to do give the connection, and this connection is a wireless connection. Okay, if you see this connection is a wireless connection, they are connected to the this gateway, and this gateway now these devices from the home you can control, as well as you can control for the remote location. But remote connections I will not, remote location connection I will not take in this scenario. In this session we'll just see this and we'll take the theoretical sessions. Okay, so then you can put go into the door system, you can select advanced, you can select the wireless platform here. Okay, and then go into the configuration, just check it is connected to the home gateway, just set up the key of this, because every time when you're connecting to the wireless system you have to hotspot system also you have to give the password. Okay, so it is connected, if you see it is connected. uh, okay, then advanced system IO configurations, again it set the wireless system for all the devices you have to say, do this. Then again if you see wireless, it is connected to home gateway, set up the password demo, and it will be connecting to this. So this will be also be connected to this. Just go into the fan system advanced, if you press advanced, go into the IP configuration, select वायरलेस सिस्टम. सो देखो अगर आपको रिमोट करना है तो यू कैन सिलेक्ट दिस ऑप्शंस. ओके, एंड नाउ यू आर इन द वायरलेस सिनेरियो ऑफ द गेटवे, यू आर सिलेक्टिंग the W options, wireless option. Okay, so this is also selecting demo. Okay, then you can connect. If you see the connect, it will be connected. Okay, so it is connected. Then the next thing is that we are did the connections, we are set up. Abhi, now what I want to do, I want to control all these devices using the application or the web browser. So I will take my phone in the sense smart device. So smart device is my mobile phones. Okay, now mobile phones I will take, and the mobile phones I will connect with this wireless router. So whatever the connections will be there, that will be connected. Whatever the devices that is connected to this wireless router, that will be connected to the smartphone. Okay, so connect with the wireless router. So this is the connections link. So you can connect this to the gate. Just a second. Okay, we'll take the desktop laptop here. Okay, and we'll do the connections. Okay, so now we are doing the connections here from the laptop to this. So how we will do the connect with the wireless routers? We will config, sorry, this. We'll click on this, we'll go into the configurations tab and wireless system configurations tab. Okay. Okay, so you will go into the configurations tab and we will see wireless API access, that is the demos password we are set up. So we'll set up here the demo password. A demo password will give, and we'll see here the SSID. So here the default SSID. So we will change the default SSID by using the gateway. So what is the gateway SSID is this one, wireless LAN. So this is the SSID of this, and we'll copy it into this one, wireless. Okay, so this is the SSID we are giving. Okay, then we are connected to this. Okay, so if you see, we are connected smartphone to the this Wi-Fi by using the routers. Okay, using the phone. Okay, so we'll put it into the one single room. Okay, so this is our room that will control using the smartphone. Okay, then now just check the what you say, the IP address of this computer. If you see here, the range also given. So for the coverage range of this gateway is a 250. Okay, then we'll see the IP address of this. Is the IP address of this PC is this one. Copy this IP address because this IP address should be controlled by the mobile phone. Okay, so copy this IP address and just go into the smartphone, go into the desktop and just start a web browser. Okay, when you start a web browser, it will paste that this. Okay, so what is the home gateway login or home gateway login? Your username and password. Okay, so username and password is the admin. Okay, so now if you see, currently no devices are connected to this. Okay, just physically they are just connections are done, but the no physical device is connected to this. Okay, so how we'll connect it? Okay, so we'll connect this. So go on devices. Now, for example, I will go on to the fan. Then I will change here the display name. I will put the fan. Okay, fan, and then I will put the home gateway here because you are connecting to the home gateway, and done. Okay, so same way we will do for the all devices. Same way we'll do for the all devices. We'll put here the door 2, and or I can say simply D2. It will be easy for the rule writing, and I will connect to the home gateway. Okay, then again this is my D1, door 1. In the short form I am writing D1. I am connecting to the home gateway of the room, this gateway. This is my SC. I just put the SC name there, and I will connect it to the home gateway, and again I will okay, then I will put on this. I will go in this. I will just put lamp because it is a lamp, and I just connect to the home gateway. Okay, I will put into the motion sensor. Again, I will go and put here the motion sensor MS and the home gateway. Okay, so if you observe now, smartphone. Okay, if you see here, earlier it was no single devices was connected, but now if you see, all the devices is connected to this. Okay, all the devices will be connected to this motion detector and all this. Okay, so this one we are connected now. अभी देखो, I can control from here. ये मोबाइल है, मोबाइल पे मैंने वेब ब्राउजर चालू किया, वेब ब्राउजर को ये इसका आईपी एड्रेस दिया है, and then I am controlling these devices by using this router. So if I want to on AC, okay, I want to on AC, I can open the door lock. If you see here, it is locked. If you want to unlock, you can unlock. Okay, then if you see here, it is a low door to lock, it is unlock. Okay, fan, if you want to see, observe it properly. Low, if you see, it is low option. If you want to put in the high, it is a high option. If you want to put off, it is off. Now you are controlling it. Is it visible, sir? This window devices, Chetan sir?
Yes, madam, it's visible.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Now, if you want to control it by using the rules, okay. Now I am पुटिंग हियर ऑन ऑफ, मैं यहाँ से बटन पे क्लिक करे और यहाँ पे ऑन ऑफ हो रहा है, बट इट शुड बी हैपन ऑटोमेटिकली. देन व्हाट आर द थिंग्स? तो आप एक तो प्रोग्रामिंग कर सकते हो या तो आप रूल्स डाल सकते हो. सो आई जस्ट शो यू द सिंपल हियर कंडीशनिंग. ओके, नाउ व्हाट इज द कंडीशंस यू आर राइटिंग? सो इफ यू आर कंडीशंस फॉर ऑन लैम्प, ओके, लैम्प के लिए मुझे कंडीशंस लिखना है. सो आई विल पुट हियर द कंडीशंस. देन इफ light on, lamp on, status light is on. Okay, then what happen? The light is on, AC should be on. AC मेरे condition, you can write any conditions. Okay, if light is on, my condition, my AC should on, so I will put AC. Then I can put on and true. Okay, this is my rule. Okay, so I written the rule. If you go on to the home again, and if you see here the light, okay, you just go here, press alt button and press. Okay, okay, my on off. You see, observe small button here in the red color that it is on. If the my lamp is on, then it AC starts on. If you off, it will go into the off mode. Okay, so like that, dim will access the conditions. Okay, then if you see here, my door के लिए I want to write a condition. If the door 2 is on, then the fan should be on. So if you write here the conditions, add, then you can say door. Okay, then if my door 2, because here the name of door is on, open, then it's true, this condition is true, then my fan should be on, status on, high, or you can say high. Okay, so if this condition is there, so now if I go there and just I open lock, I open the door, देखो, if you see here the fan started working. Okay, then if I just off this, unlock this, the fan should, is not refreshing. Okay, sorry, I not written the rule that if it is unlocked, then the fan should off. Okay, so if you write here the rule, add the rule for the fan, that match all. If my door 2 is lock, then is true, is lock, is knock. My door 2 is lock, then my fan status should be off. Okay, so now it will be reflect. So we'll see here my door, I just open the door, my fan is started. If I unlock this door, wait, the fan should be off. If you see here, fan should be off. Okay, so like that, if you want to configure this scenario, you just put you just take the home devices and you can put the cameras also. Okay, here is the cameras you can put, and if you see here the connect it with the routers, if motion is detected, camera should be on. So such a type of option is also available. Or if you want to do the programming on different boards, these are the different board. Node MCU is there, SBC board is there, ThinkWorks IoT 8 boards is there. So these are the different boards, and if you click on this type of boards, if you see here the programming option, so here again the programming option you can use. Okay, so here the one sample program is given into the JavaScript. So in the same way, like you are doing work into the IDE, Arduino IDE or the Raspberry Pi, you can work into this type of simulations. So your purchasing cost will be saved. Now in this scenario, as I am also teaching to my students and you people also teaching to your students the IoT projects. So this is a very basic key. Students are not at the home with, and so students are not at in the college, sorry, not in the college, and that's why they are not formed the group. Okay, for the namesake they form the group, but how they will come together and do the project? Okay, so for that there is a need of the simulations tool they should learn. So one the packet tracer you can use. Then the Puja simulation also is very good. They also come with the different option modes and all this. So this is basically regarding the simulations. So I will just wind up with the simulations. Okay, I will not save it. It's close. Okay, so we'll just continue with our presentations now. Is my presentation visible now? Yes?
Yes, madam, it's visible.
Yeah, thank you. So basically I tried to cover up these three scenario, but I only covered the two scenario. How you can handle the home automation scenario if you are not in Mumbai, outside the Mumbai, and you want to control your home. So this is also possible into the Cisco packet tracer. But now we will see just in a few 15 minutes I will wind up the security in IoT devices. So basically the security in the IoT scenario can be pointed out into the different aspects. Cloud security, you can go cloud-based IoT security, network security like the transmissions from devices to the gateway and gateway to the cloud. Okay, or you can secure the devices like your sensors, your gateway, by using some security mechanism, by using some encryption decryption algorithms. Okay, as well as whenever you are designing any applications for any for example smart grid, then home automations or the smart city, or you can say the banking applications, or you can net or railway application. So that time you have to consider the different standardization also. That is the HIPAA is for the healthcare organization, hospitals and all this. PCI is the use for the like you can say the pharmaceutical companies. And if the threats are detected, now the next research falls into the threat detection. If some threat detection, virus detections, or the attacks detections happens into the IoT devices, how much how it will be detected, how it will be monitored, and the risk assessment. If the threat is detected, what was the risk of that threat? So that is also the one research topics. Data privacy and protection. So whenever the data you are sending from sensors to cloud, that data you are deploying onto the third party. So cloud should be trusted one, but if it is not trusted and you're purchasing the cloud services to store the IoT data, which are the data privacy functionality cloud will give? Okay, if attacker hacks the encryption key, but obviously we can decrypt it and use the data of the company. But for that, now the data privacy algorithms are there that are providing the privacy for the data. So there are the different algorithms. The still research is going on this part. Okay, so basically when you are talking about the security into the IoT, first when you are processing the data into the applications, mobile applications, web browsers, your desktop based application, that time security should be required into the applications. When you are communicating from the sensors to gateway or gateway to cloud, data security is required. When you are storing the data into the cloud platform, the data security is required. When you are accessing the servers, like in the home automation, you are accessing the motion sensor, that time also the security, the secure authentication is required. For example, we are did the setting the pre-shared key. Okay, so symmetric, asymmetric, but symmetric is not very good. But if you go the resource constrained devices, symmetric will be better, but not providing the good terms of security. So the asymmetric we are using, but in asymmetric also there are the still one research lead to the lightweight authentications algorithms. Okay, so this I will just skip these topics that what are the problems into the IoT security. The patches updations. For example, if you are operating in the industry scenario, windmills they are using as an application IoT, and they install the devices into the windmills. So if some updation is required into that devices, the manual administrator has to go there and do the updations. Okay, but through the IoT you can put the server, and through that one server you can do the updations. For example, आप Android application आपके मोबाइल में है तो पैचेस आता है एंड्रॉइड का, दैट टाइम यू आर दे आर आस्किंग द न्यू द पैचेस आर अवेलेबल, डू यू वांट टू, और ऑटोमेटिक होता है अगर आपने सेटिंग किया है तो. सो दैट टाइप ऑफ पैचेस इज इंस्टॉल इनटू द एंड्रॉइड एप्लीकेशन. द सेम पैचेस इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द IoT हार्डवेयर डिवाइसेस also, and this is the upcoming in industry is also facing the challenges for the patches updations. Okay, so patches updation is also the one concern into the IoT in industrial scenario. And then, okay, these are the vulnerabilities. If you see these websites here, these are the Shodan.com, Census.io. These are the websites where the most of the attacks are given. Which are the different types of attacks happens into the IoT till now with the IP address, with the vulnerabilities. Vulnerabilities in lacking of the IoT devices. So if the attacker wants to perform, he can check the vulnerabilities here of each devices, because you know that the IoT devices are completely connected to the gateway, connected to the all over the world. Okay, so it is very easy. Anyone can comes to know your IP address, your device name, your device identifiers, and attacker takes the advantages of this and performs the attacks. Okay, even though this exploit_db.com is also the websites where the password, devices, vulnerabilities are given. Then the challenges faced by the industries for this, the mixed technologies, protocols, vendors are different. Sensor will be developed by the manufactured by the another vendor. Gateway will be manufactured by the another vendors. Cloud technology is also the another vendor, whereas the machine learning as a service is another vendor. So there is a no single vendor, one vendor, complete technology in complete IoT. So your company has to, industry has to depend on the different vendor, and different vendors should provide a compatibility between the devices. Okay, so this is the one problem into the industry. End-to-end security, you can use the hardware and software security, end-to-end encryptions from sensor to the server. You can physical unclonable function is the latest trends in the authentications of the IoT devices. So it is basically based on the challenge response pair, and hackers will cannot hack this type of identity because these type of functions are securely deployed into the devices, and these devices has a security model that randomly generates the key. Okay, even though generates a key pair also, so this cannot be traceable by the attackers. And the multi-factor tokenization is also the research leading into the wireless sensor network into the IoT. For example, your biometrics features, your username, password, then your smart card. So these are the different features. If you see the latest paper in Springer, IEEE transactions, multi-factor authentication in terms of biometric features, in terms of the username, password, and in terms of the what you say, the smart card also. Okay, so the authentication, these are the different terminology used into the authentications. So I just skip this topic. Then the most familiar models that the industry is also preferring is the IBAC model, that is the Internet of Things. I stands for blockchain, because the blockchain is a technology that works onto the distributed manner. Even the centralized also it works, but IoT is a all over the data is shared. So the in the distributed scenario, trust is an important factors, and blockchain can be deployed for trusting purposes. Then the artificials for the intelligence, it thinks, crypto, cyber security, protect the network. So by using this model, the industry are working now where the IoT sensing blockchain remembers who is the fraudulent sensors, who is the attacker, attacker from which sensor attack is coming, and who has changed the network. So this type of trustness is created by the blockchain. Then the artificial intelligence, like your what is the analysis of the data is given by using the AI algorithm, and the cyber security like the encryption, decryption, authentication, patches updation securely. So this also coming into the IoT. Okay, so this is the latest trends as per the research papers, that these are the different challenges faced by the industries. That is the in terms of connectivity. If you are deploying the IoT model into the village, what type of connectivity we are getting? Then the updations of the firmware. Okay, we are seeing the updation of the patches. Okay, then the attacks. Then the lack of data science specialists in terms of AI, in terms of data analysis. Okay. So again, okay, these are the some points where the research is going into the data aggregation, secure data aggregation, privacy preserving data aggregations. Okay, privacy preserving data aggregations means you are aggregating the data, sensor is encrypting the data, sensor will encrypt the data, and it will aggregate here without decrypting. Okay, for example, if you perform the 1 plus 2 is 3, but if you are encrypting this and performing the addition on encrypted data, it is not at all easy. Okay, so the homomorphic encryption technology comes into the features to secure the IoT data and to give the data privacy. Okay, so this technology can be this research, technology homomorphic encryptions can be applied at the aggregator side also and cloud side also. Okay, then authentications topics also. These are the different upcoming research into the authentication in the IoT scenario. Then the other research areas for the IoT scenario in terms of the security also and in terms of the bandwidth or in terms of the energy utilization, that is the clustering. You can propose a new clustering based on the earlier clustering algorithm, routing algorithms, fog computing, edge computing. Basically fog computing and edge computing are related to each other, but the fog computing is a layer between the gateway and the cloud. Okay, whereas the edge computing is performs the data locally, where the internet is not there, that time the edge computing is coming into the feature. So from my side, I just want to show the edge computing video, but I will skip it as the time is over. Okay, thank you. Thank you, students. Thank you, faculty. Sorry. Thank you, Shahanankar College, for giving the opportunity to give the sessions on this on STTP. I thanks you, sir.
Thank you so much, madam, for your very informative and hands-on sessions on Cisco Packet Tracer as well as on the recent trends on in IoT. Thank you much, ma'am, for your very informative session. Please accept this a small token of appreciation, virtual token of appreciation, we call it, from our end. Thank you so much for your presentation. We hope for your sessions in upcoming slots of our next STTPs. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Can I leave meeting, sir, now?
Yes, ma'am, you can leave. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes.
The valedictory session will start at 4 p.m. All the participants are requested to join the valedictory session. The assessment, that is online test, is started at 3:30. But we will be extending that particular test to 6 p.m. so that everybody of you will be able to attend the valedictory session. Thank you so much.